It was a spring day. After taking 2 exams that morning, I was waiting for the tram to go home, as usual. I was happy with my grades, finally feeling light, free from any obligations. I didn't realize I was standing right in front of Leda's door, another friend I hadn't seen in a long time. She occasionally worked for agencies, doing colleges and various odd jobs, and just then her phone rang. Ring, ring. It was an agency urgently looking for her, but she couldn't take the job. Thank you, Leda. Right in front of me was the opportunity I had been waiting for. Just a few days earlier, in that very same square, I had been handing out flyers for 10,000 lire a day. A few minutes later, I was inside. A real agency, one of the big ones. I found myself in front of a guy who clearly had some authority. He looked at me and said, "Let me see what you can do." It was time. I had to prove that all those years spent drawing, studying, and learning from the grown-ups hadn't been wasted. I drew without even looking at the paper. I wanted to make an impact. I went all in. They needed an illustrator for Coca-Cola's Christmas campaign. I started working 5 minutes later. And just like that, from one day to the next, my life changed. While my friends were out protesting against the multinationals, the government, the entire system, I was working for the enemy. So many feelings of guilt, so many pseudo-political conversation. For years, I felt dirty, like I was selling my heart to the devil. Then, over time, those same friends ended up working, go figure, in multinationals. Today, we laugh about it. I had no idea what an advertising agency actually did. It was all new, a world to be discovered. Looking back, it seems absurd, but back then, we created layout, texts, and images by cutting and pasting letters by letters from photocopies. It's practically the Stone Age. And maybe now, someone thinks the same about me. Yeah. Every day was an exploration, filled with eccentric characters and all kinds of human. Their only compass seemed to be career, a privileged point of observation. All of it was new to me. For years, I jumped from one agency to another without stopping. I had no time for anything else. Still, I managed to graduate in painting. My dream: never stop drawing, painting, creating, and somehow make a living from it. My family always supported me, and even though they knew it would be easy. And apparently, today, it's even harder. How does an advertising agency work? In short, it works like this. The client turns to the agency for creative ideas and strategies to grow their business. The most creative and fun part? Brainstorming. Hours and hours of throwing around ideas, discussing, imagining a solution to make a concept shine in front of the client. Everything was new to me, even the language. English words flying everywhere, long before that became normal here in Italy. The visualizer's job is to take the creative team's ideas and turn them into something visual. Drawings, storyboards, mood boards, anything that helps bring the concept to life through images. Often, it means visualizing an idea for a TV commercial. The storyboards that gave the client a sense of the story and the tone. Quick, essential sketches that captured the mood. The visualizer was usually called on Fridays, just before the Monday presentation. So, like clockwork, the urgent call came Friday evening. For years, I gave up. On parties, weekends, invitations, there was always too much to do. It wasn't easy living with that constant sense of urgency. The word that scared me the most? Deadline. The funny part? All the adrenaline and pressure behind those precious drawings will vanish the second the presentation was over. In the pre-digital days, the work was literally thrown in the trash that same day. Our generation witnessed the world change completely after the early 2000s. Computer came and changed everything. Many jobs disappeared and new ones were born. The scanner became my best friend. Then I started working digitally, using Photoshop. And gradually I stopped drawing by hand. The demand was to be as photographic as possible. But I couldn't really complain. I was working from home in slippers. I moved to Bologna for love. my two children were born. One layout after another, frame after frame, I began to feel a growing need to do something else, to reconnect with myself. It was vital for me and for my mental health. So, almost without thinking, I went back to what I've always done, drawing faces, discovering them, playing with them. I already knew, even in elementary school, the power of drawing and humor.